Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're diving into the world of test automation. Now let's break this down. What exactly is test automation? Imagine you've got a bunch of repetitive tasks that you have to do over and over again. Manual testing can be like that. Time consuming and, let's face it, pretty tedious. But with test automation, you're essentially handing off those repetitive tasks to a software tool that can handle them for you. It's like having a digital assistant that not only runs your tests but also checks the results and even gives you a report at the end. And the best part? This assistant works tirelessly, never gets bored, and is super efficient. So instead of getting bogged down with the manual grind, you can focus on more strategic tasks while your automated tests do the heavy lifting. Let's talk about the capabilities of test automation. What can it really do? Well, quite a lot actually. One of the biggest strengths of test automation is its versatility. It's not just limited to one type of software or one kind of testing scenario. Whether you're dealing with applications that have a user interface, UI, or those that don't, automation tools can be tailored to handle both. This includes everything from testing mobile applications to ensuring that network protocols are functioning correctly. Essentially, if there's a system that needs testing, there's a good chance test automation can help. What's more, it can do things that are practically impossible with manual testing, like simulating real-time responses, conducting remote testing, or even running parallel tests across multiple environments. In other words, automation can extend your testing reach far beyond what's possible with manual methods. Alright, let's dive into the advantages of test automation. This is where it really starts to stand out. First and foremost, automation is a major time saver. Imagine being able to run a significantly higher number of tests per build compared to manual testing. This not only speeds up your testing cycles, but also increases the coverage, allowing you to identify potential issues much earlier in the development process. But that's just the beginning. Automation is also ideal for handling complex tests that would be incredibly difficult to execute manually. For example, testing scenarios that require precise timing or need to be executed simultaneously across different environments are a breeze with automation. Additionally, automated tests are executed much faster than manual ones, which means you get your results quicker. And let's not forget about the consistency. Unlike manual testing, which can vary based on the tester's experience or even their mood that day, automated tests are consistent every single time they're run. Plus, since they're less prone to human error, the results are more reliable. All of these factors combine to give you faster feedback on your system's quality, which is crucial in today's fast-paced development cycles. Now, while test automation has some amazing advantages, it's important to acknowledge that it's not without its challenges. First off, there's the cost factor. Implementing test automation isn't cheap. You might need to hire a test automation engineer, invest in new hardware, and provide training for your team. These costs can add up quickly, especially in the initial setup phase. Another challenge is the time required to develop and maintain your automated tests. Creating a robust automation framework takes time, and it's not a one-and-done deal. Your tests will need ongoing maintenance as your system evolves. Then there's the issue of rigidity. Automated tests are great at doing exactly what they're programmed to do, but that can be a double-edged sword. If your system under test, SUT, changes, your tests might not adapt well, leading to false positives or negatives. There's also the risk that your automation could introduce new defects, especially if the tests themselves have bugs. And lastly, if your objectives for test automation aren't clearly defined from the start, you might not see the returns you're expecting. So, while automation is powerful, it's crucial to approach it with a clear plan and an understanding of these potential pitfalls. Finally, let's take a look at some of the limitations of test automation. First off, not every test can be automated. Some tests are just too complex or require human intuition and judgment that automation can't replicate. For example, testing the user experience or assessing visual aspects of an application are areas where human testers still have the upper hand. Another limitation is that automated tests can only check what they've been programmed to check. They're like a finely tuned machine, efficient but only within the scope they've been given. This means that if something unexpected happens outside that scope, the automated tests might miss it. Also, automation is limited to verifying results that can be interpreted by a machine. There are certain quality characteristics like usability or aesthetic appeal that are simply beyond the reach of automation. So, while test automation is a powerful tool in the tester's arsenal, it's important to remember that it's not a silver bullet. It works best when used alongside manual testing, complementing rather than replacing it. So, to wrap things up, test automation is a powerful tool that can greatly enhance your testing process. It's fast, efficient, and can handle complex scenarios that would be tough to manage manually. However, it's not without its challenges and limitations. It requires a significant investment of time, money, and resources, and it's important to approach it with clear objectives in mind. Remember, automation is best used as a complement to manual testing, not a replacement. By understanding both its strengths and its weaknesses, you can make the most out of test automation and deliver higher quality software more consistently. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope you now have a better understanding of the purpose of test automation.